Hey, welcome back, guys. Reviews to go to. And we saw another movie. Surprise, surprise. It was called Suicide Squad.
What?
And I was super high to go see this movie. And I'll let you determine where the comma went there.
Yeah, really.
But yeah, I'm Ryan Starfire.
Smoke weed every day.
Sam? Okay.
Whoa!
Hey, come on! Go for it.
I'm Sam McLennan.
I'm Kyle Naranya.
Anyways,
They don't.
we saw Suicide Squad. Kyle, what did you think of it?
Well, I'm just kidding.
Go Kyle. What do you think?
No, I'll go Sam.
Alright, I take pictures and stuff, guys. Check me out, it's so totally new. Anyways, I actually thought this movie was pretty good. Given, I think we all saw a lot of negativity, but going into this, but I think all of the squad themselves, I thought they were all fantastic. We said a long time ago that Harley Quinn was probably going to be steal the show, and I think she absolutely did. Margot Robbie crushed that performance, and guys, like Will Smith is back being super awesome.
Imagine that, Will
know,
Smith.
Right? I mean, it's
doing
like
his thing.
he's on another Earth, or after a previous Earth. Anyways, plot-wise, this movie kind of suffers from some cliches, but other than that, I mean, given the fact that this movie introduces us to 10 different villains in the DC universe, I thought they did a great job introducing all of those characters. I certainly enjoyed Jared Leto's new Joker, how very little there was of him, unfortunately, but I thought the music was great. The use of those old 80s classics to introduce all the different characters. There's a lot of great color. All the characters' interactions I thought were wildly entertaining. And there's a fantastic cameo by a certain Red Blur early on in the film that I was absolutely losing my shit over. Oh, dang. Losing my mind over that Kyle saw me, because we saw this together, and I was losing it. So overall, I thought this movie was a good time. I don't know why it's getting absolutely torn apart, but given the fact that we're 3 DCE movies and this is the third one to get ripped apart, it seems kind of normal at this point that I enjoy them. So that's what I thought of Squad.
Ryan, go for it, man.
This was my most anticipated movie of the year, so I was like super high going into this one, like a lot of emotions, a lot of positivity, and then it started getting torn apart at the critically level, and so it was like, well, what could be wrong with this movie? So going in, I was like a little worried. You know, it was kind of like prom night where you're just like, you get nervous because everyone's just talking it up otherwise, and then, or talking it down, depending upon what you do, and then you go in and it's like, like it happened, and then you just move on. Like, there is a lot of cool things, like Harley was perfectly done, Amanda Waller was really good, but then there's other things that were like super negative, like the story itself was kind of rocky. There's a lot of characters that either didn't need to be in the movie itself, or needed to be in it more, or needed to be in it less, and just production-wise...
Less Slipknot.
You wanted less Slipknot?
I did.
No, more Slipknot, more El Diablo, maybe less Enchantress. But like, they need to find some balance with these characters, and I didn't think they found the right one for some of them. And for me, like, production-wise, like, there's a lot of positives. Like, there was okay flow to it until there was clearly the reshoot cuts that they threw in, where there was like jokes added to it. Like, it was just, you could definitely tell where the reshoot was and then where the story kept picking back up, because it just seemed like it just halts for a joke and then keeps going. Personally, for me, really didn't like Jared Leto's Joker. I really wanted to like it, and like what the trailers led me to believe, I was really high going into it, like, yeah, that's gonna be awesome, and then it just didn't do anything for me, and I was actually really let down, and I was starting to dislike him as the movie went on. And then just the use of, like, the music itself, the soundtrack was really great, and I was thinking like they were trying to do the Guardians of the Galaxy thing with it, but whoever mixed this music in, it was their first time. Like, it was awful. Like, just cues after cues. Like, there's 3 seconds and a new song starting. Like, there was no blend whatsoever to it, and it was really hard to listen or enjoy the music when it was just breaking up, and you were really confused at should I be watching the picture or listening to the music, because like they didn't mix it in at all well, and it was just a really big letdown that way. So just like production wise, there's a few shaky things, but overall it was another Batman v Superman thing where the critics slammed it, but it wasn't as bad as they say it is, not even close.
The comparisons to Green Lantern and like Fan Four Stick.
Yeah, I didn't see that at all.
That's very unfair. Like I personally, I enjoyed the film. I had a good time watching it. Went in with low expectations after what you guys have been saying. Critics hated it, so I was pleasantly surprised. It's the most fun I've had with the DC film. I mean, it's by far, it's definitely not a perfect movie. There's a lot of problems with it, but I really enjoyed Will Smith, Margot Robbie, Viola Davis, and all the characters. I liked the team they gathered. I just hated the mission that was like surrounding it. You know, like the whole mission was just pretty stupid. But
I feel, yeah.
If you're along for the ride, it's a good time. I just feel like if you think about things too much, it just falls apart.
Yeah. There was like a cool concept, but just poorly executed on a lot of levels.
Yeah, and I don't know if that has to do with there's a lot of studio meddling, or you know, if David Ayer wasn't given enough, I don't know, enough creative control. It's hard to say, but I mean, I did enjoy the performances. The music, it can be kind of jarring because it happens so quickly. Like Guardians of the Galaxy, it was a cool soundtrack, but at least there was like gaps between the songs, you know what I'm saying? Like this one was like Eminem, then quickly to Queen, then quickly to Rolling Stones, and like it's just one after the other. But yeah, I don't know. Like it's definitely not as bad as critics are saying. I think most people, I think the general audience will like this film. But I don't know. Like, so did you guys, like, for the Joker? For me, there definitely wasn't enough. He was in it like just enough, but there should have been way more.
Yeah, it seemed like there was an untold story that he was a part of.
So do you guys want to see Ben Affleck punch that Joker in the face? Because I certainly do.
Absolutely.
I really hope he's in this rumored Arkham Asylum film.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool seeing like that whole, at least him being a part of the Batman universe, even if he's not the main guy. Well, like, I think it definitely does set up for that Harley Quinn solo movie where like her and the Joker go off and like stuff will happen there, and I'm sure Batman will show up there too. So it does seem like that they're gonna roll with this pairing of Joker and Harley like it normally is, and like stuff will happen in their own adventures.
Okay, can we all just try and recreate the Enchantress's weird dance move she was doing?
Yeah, it was a weird gyration. I don't know if that's how like Cara Delevingne like learned how to dance on the runway or what it was, but
it was weird. It was off-putting.
Yeah.
I wasn't into it.
It was very like witchy, like kind of jerky, but at the same time it wasn't like jerked to a standstill. It was like jerked to a flow to another one.
It kind of just ends too, you know, like there wasn't really like kind of Act 2 just kind of bleeds into Act 3. It just kind of ends, and then like I don't know, it just didn't feel satisfying, you know.
Yeah, there's more story to tell.
I do hope that a lot of these characters show up in future DC films. Maybe there's going to be a Suicide Squad 2. I don't know, but I don't know. And hey, Jai Courtney. What do we all think of Jai Courtney, guys?
He was pretty hilarious. Come on.
Like, as much as I hate that man being in movies, they cut him down the right amount where he just was effectively used. That's his future. Is how that's done. But
okay, I don't want to get into it. We'll save it for the podcast. So overall, like, what did you guys think? Where would you put this movie? I think you should for sure see this on the big screen.
It's worth it. I would say it's
3D
worth
was awful. Like, super dark though.
Yeah, if you can see it in 2D, it's probably better. I think I would give it a 6 out of 10. Like, it was by no means a failure. I had a good enough time.
Yeah, so definitely go check it out. If you want a more extended review, like Kyle mentioned, we do a podcast called The Galaxy Quest Podcast. You can check that out. iTunes or Podomatic. It's on Facebook. It's on Twitter. Podcast Garden. Yep. And if you want to go check that out, you just gotta search. It's real easy to find. I'm pretty sure we're like the first thing that comes up on Google if you type it in. So go ahead, check us out there. Next week we'll have 2 movies coming for you. We got a sausage party. It's not just going to be us guys. We're talking about sausage party either, because we're roasting in here. But we got that and Pete's Dragon's coming out, and I'm not talking about that sausage party either. Hey, anyone know Pete?
Yeah, Petey.
But yeah, you got those movies coming out next week. You can catch our reviews for that. Give us a like, give us a subscribe down in the corner. We're seeing these movies, so you guys know if you want to see them too. So hopefully you share some similar opinions with us, because then you'll keep joining in on these things. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you next week.